When the Sony A7IV was launched, there was a big improvement in ergonomics for the hybrid A7 series. The thicker grip made it a lot more comfortable to hold, and I could almost fit my entire hand. As always, the pinky is the odd one out. It's always the pinky. Now, if you have the hands of an 8-year-old, you'll be fine. You'll have all the space you need. For the rest of us, there is a company that cares about the smallest finger, and that's Smallrig. They make a ton of pinky-friendly accessories, cages, half cages, L brackets, base plates. They cover all the needs. If you just wanted to extend the grip and give the pinky a place to rest, you'd get a base plate. Going with an L bracket instead gives you a quick switch option to vertical shooting. A half cage gives you more mounting options for things like mics, handles, lights, monitors. If you go full cage, you get Inspector Gadget-like mounting options. The L bracket is the sweet spot for me. It's heavier, but that quick switch makes vertical work so much easier.
Made from aluminium, stainless steel, silicone and leather, the 3660 is a sleek accessory that blends with the camera body.
Superbly machined. The build quality is almost excellent. There are no sharp edges or corners. Silicone protects your camera's bottom. A strip of leather, almost identical to the one found on the camera body, wraps around the grip side. Looks great, feels great. There is a slight gap at the end that has me a little worried about longevity. I can't remember it being there when I first opened it up, but I could have missed it. But it looks like there has been some shrinking. Time will tell. The design is clever in many ways. Since the bracket covers the battery door, it features a hinge arm that opens to give the battery door room to move.
Genius.
I love this hinge. If you appreciate the tactile feedback from knobs, buttons, handles, whatever, you're gonna love this hinge. The bracket also has 6 1/4-inch holes in case you need to mount something, and that's gonna come in handy later in this video. The bracket is Arca-Swiss compatible at the bottom and also at the side plate, meaning you can just pop it onto a tripod. All the ports are on that side of the camera, so the side plate extends to accommodate cables and port covers. To extend it, you need a flathead screwdriver, and since it would suck to be out shooting some nature far off in the wilderness and realize, hey, I got no screwdriver, Smallrig made sure to include one. This is not a stainless donut. It is actually a flathead screwdriver kept in place by magnets. If you pull out the side plate 1 centimeter, you can clear the port covers no problem. The rotating screen is another story, however. In the default position, the screen makes contact with the side plate, and you don't want to scratch your new camera. Now, the side plate is slightly adjustable forwards and backwards, so you can make enough room for the screen to flip out completely. Regardless of how you position the side plate, rotating the screen is not possible unless you flip it back a bit first. Now, if you know you won't be using the side plate on your shoot, you can remove it. The tools you need are all integrated and kept in place by magnets. Freaking love it! I use a lot of Peak Design gear. I don't want to go all fanboy, but they make good stuff. Now, their stuff is Arca-Swiss compatible, but with their own tweaks. We can call it PD Arca.
Darka.
Their capture clip uses a plate that works on other Arca gear but not the other way around. The Peak Design travel tripod that I use of course works with their plate, but you need to remove the 2 stops if you want to use it with a regular Arca. So compatibility between regular Arca-Swiss stuff and Peak Design's stuff is always a concern. So in this camera setup, since the capture clip is only compatible with the PD plate, I simply attach the PD plate to the bottom of the bracket. And now I have a PD plate, so I can use the PD travel tripod as usual without removing the stops, because I don't like removing things from things and losing them. After using the 3660 for a few weeks, my conclusion is it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Vertical mode, fast switching is great. The extra weight, negligible. Quality, still great, I think. The leather strip hasn't moved anymore since I first noticed it. Now, it didn't quite give me the pinky resting space I was looking for, which was the whole reason for buying it in the first place. Almost. Also the vertical thing. The bracket is not flush with the camera body, and my natural resting place for the pinky is incidentally right where the two pieces meet. So it doesn't feel as natural as I hoped. My fingers are kind of on a bump or a lump. So that's a bummer. But I mean, it's still fine. You get used to it. So, is it worth buying? If you shoot on a tripod and you switch between vertical and horizontal, definitely. No argument. If you want some extra protection, but you don't want to go
full cage,
maybe. I mean, it's not a lot of extra protection, and one could argue the extra weight makes it more likely you'll drop it. But again, you have extra grip space, so it's a tie. If you're just after a better grip, I mean, only that's all you want, a better grip, then I would consider a wrist strap instead, the one that wraps around your hand and not your actual wrist. Until next time.